The Cincinnati Bengals are just one win away from becoming the first team in NFL history to win back-to-back conference titles on the road. So how did the team that was known as cellar dwellers go to the class of the NFL and flip the script? Well, here's Joe Burrow on why the answer is not him. Well, no team in the country has more than 3,700 yards passing while also having more than 2,600 yards rushing. If they can limit Georgia's rushing attack and make Stetson throw, I think they have a good shot because he only averaged one passing touchdown per game before the SEC Championship. Yeah, Ryan Day at Skull Session said that it is time for Ohio State to start dominating, and the only way to do that is to start fast. The Buckeyes offense did just that and some. 77 points, more than 750 yards of total offense in an absolutely dominating performance against Toledo. For the first time since 1986 and just the second time in program history, the Auburn Tigers are elite. The Tigers shocked #1 North Carolina, beating them by 17 points in Kansas City to head to the Elite Eight in the NCAA tournament. And how sweet it is, just listen to this crowd. How about the night for Lucas Elarayan? The club paid a record-breaking $7 million fee to transfer him to Columbus back in January, and man, he was worth every single penny. 2 goals for Elarayan and an assist as the Crew beat Seattle, the defending champ last year, 3-0 for Columbus's first MLS Cup since 2008 and second in franchise history.
Still trying to figure out what happened and how.
Yeah, you're not alone. Going into the game, the story was all about toughness. And could Ohio State stop Michigan's top 5 rushing attack? And would Blake Corum be healthy, a Heisman candidate for the Wolverines? And neither of those things really mattered. Corum gave it a go and could not play. So the Wolverines, who ranked 98th in the country in passing, decided to go to the air, and it worked. Ohio State's secondary has been porous at times throughout the whole season, and today the levee broke. The Buckeyes allowed 254 yards passing by the 10-minute mark in the third quarter. The Wolverines only averaged 209 yards a game. And it basically happened on 3 plays. Those aren't sandwiches or beverages in Doug Malone's lunchbox. The veteran redcoat of 17 years has laundry bags full of Buckeyes at his house. The poisonous nut gets washed in a kiddie pool and brought to Ohio Stadium, where a promise is kept by a son to his father.
You're great today. Good luck today, Coach.
If you ask Doug Malone, luck isn't a 4-leaf clover.
Those Buckeyes are lucky. You got to take one.
I carry a Buckeye in my pocket at all times, yeah.
And ever since 2006, every Buckeye carries a Buckeye into Ohio Stadium.
Let's get him today, CJ.
It was before the 2005 Texas game, and somebody called out and said Coach Fickle needed a lucky Buckeye. And Dad happened to have one. And as he was walking back, he said, you know what? I think I'm going to start handing Buckeyes out to the team.
That's exactly what Ron Malone did for a decade, until his death in 2016.
Every day I'm here is special, you know, because I can kind of feel Dad's presence.
Although he's gone, the mark Ron Malone left endures.
During the 2015 season, that last game we saw together, he brought me down and showed me where to stand, where he typically stands, and he pointed to this mark and he said, this is where you need to be.
From band members to players and even redcoats, everybody has a place they need to be on game day.
Oh, these have a message on them.
Once again, the tradition is being passed down to the next generation.
Here recently, my daughter decided to attach messages to the Buckeyes. So yeah, we're all totally vested.
Vested in the Buckeyes and carrying on his dad's legacy.
You know, it's my dad's memory that really drives me more than anything else, because it's something that he started, and it's you know, I kind of look at it like I want to keep it going for him.
There it is. That's the reaction from the Cats Corner in Athens, Ohio, after the hometown kid, Joe Burrow, wins the Heisman Trophy. This was the first year ever that 2 Buckeyes were finalists in the same year, but it's the former Buckeye, Joe Burrow, who takes home the award.
Joe Burrow.
It was so special. I mean, and it will be for a long time.
Well, I had tears in my eyes knowing the journey he's been through.
Southeast Ohio and
He mentioned Athens in southeastern Ohio. It's pretty exciting.
It gives all of Athens a sense of pride. There's going to be first, second grade, third grade kids thinking, I want to be Joe Burrow now in Athens County.
He had so many obstacles that he managed to handle very, very well.
Go Tigers!
Ohio State, you let him go.
He's a great kid. He deserved it. He worked hard, and we're all proud for him. We really are. We saw him in high school. The kid's a winner. This is not the end. This is the beginning.
During Joe Burrow's acceptance speech, he said he's just a kid from Ohio chasing a dream. Well, he's now the 12th person from Ohio to win the Heisman Trophy and the first since Troy Smith in 2006. Local for you in Athens, Ohio, Justin Holbrock, NBC4 Sports. All right, let's go back to Joe Burrow real quick. We mentioned earlier how much his speech is impacting the Athens food bank, but it's also paying off big time for a few other folks in Athens. Back in June, Tom and Ron, along with 3 friends, placed a bet on Burrow to win the Heisman. That's when his odds were 150 to 1, and so their collective bet of $100 paid out $15,000 when Burrow won.
It wasn't a lot, but you know, in Vegas you throw $20 out in the middle of the strip, so why not bet $20 on Joe Burrow?
And I can tell you that drinks were on them that night in Athens, Ohio. JT Tuimoloau came to Ohio State as the highest-rated defensive recruit in school history. He lived up to the hype and some in today's win over Penn State. Ohio State defensive line coach Larry Johnson said last year he waited like a little kid for JT to make his college decision. When JT told Johnson he was going to be a Buckeye, Johnson said he screamed so loud his wife came to check on him. There's been plenty of individual performances that live in Ohio State lore. This one will be told for a long time. 2 interceptions, including a pick-6 to seal the win, a strip sack that he recovered, and a tip pass that led to another interception. The 4 turnovers he forced directly led to 21 points for the Buckeyes in their 13-point win over the Nittany Lions today.
What did you take away from being there?
Yeah, Solomon, but there's a pride that this team has for the way they handled adversity all season long, from starting 0-2 to going 10-0 after that beat down to the Browns on Monday Night Football, and then just being a play or 2 away from going back to the Super Bowl despite not having 3 starting offensive linemen. A very special season, but this one is going to sting for a long time.
Our goal is to win the Super Bowl, and so to be seconds away again of getting back there and you know, watching them celebrate, it's horrible, you know, because this team has invested so much in each other to get to this point. And, you know, we've been playing playoff football really since Halloween. We just didn't know it. You know, we had to win 10 games in a row to be here. And, you know, just really proud of the way the guys show up and are so consistent every single day, the way they fought to the final whistle today. You know, it's just, it's hard to find anything you wouldn't like about this football team.
In football, it's either winning or misery, so we're on the misery end here tonight. There's only one champion. Unfortunately, we will not be the 2022 champion. You know, everyone's going to take stock of themselves and the effort they gave this year. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to come to Cincinnati this year. We are short. We are not the champion. We'll take a few weeks and get ready for 23.
Yeah, it sucks. You know, it's pretty bummy in here. You know, obviously not the result we wanted. But I know how hard these guys work from day one. That's why it sucks so bad. We're a brotherhood. You know, if somebody's down, somebody needs a shoulder to lean on. I know one of our guys got each other.
These games are never going to be pretty. You just got to find ways, and it felt like that, you know, the tide was turning our way. I felt like we were going to, you know, just find a way to win this game, but, you know, like I said, didn't make the plays down the stretch. That's the great thing about the NFL. It's not college where you only got 4 years. You got as many years as you want to, hopefully, and come back next year ready to go.
Yeah, the goal next year is to regroup, re-sign that guy, re-sign Joe Burrow, and hopefully play this game, this AFC Championship, at home instead of on the road. We'll see how 2023-24 shakes out, but for now, Cincinnati Bengals fall just short in their run for a Super Bowl. Live and local for you at Arrowhead Stadium, Justin Holbrock, NBC4 Sports.